Good afternoon. If you will, please close your eyes for a minute or so. I want you to picture yourself on an island. There's a nice warm breeze that smells slightly salty if you take in a deep breath. Looking down, you'll feel the warm sand underneath your feet and between your toes. Looking out towards the ocean, you'll see the clear blue water. Turn around and you'll see the tree line that leads deeper into the island. Walk towards the trees and you'll hear the sound of birds talking to each other. If you start to walk into the forest, you may see paths that have been worn down by people walking on them. You may see the occasional shelter or may come across a clearing that has signs that someone has come through there recently. While you're enjoying the sights and sounds of nature, let me tell you a few things you won't see. You won't see pieces of broken glass or styrofoam littering the beaches. You won't see plastic bottles or trash floating on the water. You won't hear airplanes, trains, or cars on the island. You won't smell pollution mixed in with that warm breeze. Go ahead and open your eyes now as I welcome you to Sentinel Island. Located in the Bay of Bengal, just west of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Sentinel Island is claimed by and east of India. The island is roughly the same size as Manhattan, New York, with significantly less people. Forbes' website stated that according to a 2011 census effort and based on anthropologists' estimates of how many people the island can support, there are probably somewhere between 80 and 150 people on North Sentinel Island, although it could be as many as 500 or as few as 15. Aside from a few unwanted visitors, this island has remained secluded for about 60,000 years. According to the Times of India's website, the inhabitants of this island, the Sentinelese, are among the only surviving direct descendants of the first humans of Asia. Left alone for the most part, there have been visitors to Sentinel Island over the years, although most contact has been met with hostility and arrows. Starting in the 1800s, first contact to Sentinel Island was made by a British naval officer named Maurice Vidal Portman. While exploring the island, Portman and his men came across an elderly couple and 4 children. They took the 6 Sentinelese back with them. Unfortunately, the elderly couple soon became ill and died. The children were immediately returned to the island with gifts. The IFL Sciences website stated that in his account later of the trip, Portman regretted making the contact. Their association with outsiders has brought them nothing but harm, and it is a matter of great regret to me that such a pleasant race are so rapidly becoming extinct, he said in an address to London's Royal Geographical Society. In 1896, a Hindu convict was killed on the island when he tried fleeing the mainland and his raft came ashore. In 1970, a film director and his crew were on the island making a documentary when the Sentinelese attacked them, an arrow piercing the director in the leg. From 1967 to 1991, Indian anthropologist Shrikanath Pandit made semi-regular visits to the island, finally making friendly contact in 1991. In 1981, a cargo ship named the Primrose crashed ashore Sentinel Island, shipwrecking 28 sailors. These men reported seeing Sentinelese coming towards them. However, Indian helicopters came in before contact was made. From 1991 to 1997, there were several trips made to the island to try and salvage what was left. To this day, the shipwreckage can still be seen on Google Maps. In 1996, India decided that the visit to the island was doing more harm than good and passed a law that no one was allowed to try and make contact anymore. When the 2004 tsunami hit, Indian officials did a flyover of the island to check the Sentinelese well-being, and they were met with arrows hitting their helicopter. In 2006, Sundar Raj and Pandit Taiwar, 2 illegal fishermen, fell asleep in their canoe and ended up drifting to shore. Their bodies were seen a couple days later, buried in shallow graves. Indian officials were able to recover one body, however, the other one has to be left behind. Last year, in November, an American adventurer and missionary was killed when he illegally snuck onto Sentinel Island. According to the Washington Post website, John Allen Chow managed to sneak onto the island for 4 consecutive days, determined to convert the Sentinelese to Christianity. On the second day, John was shot at and an arrow hit his Bible. On the third day, John wrote in his daily log, quote, "Watching the sunset and it's beautiful, crying a bit, wondering if it will be the last sunset I see." The next day, the fishermen that had been helping John get to the island saw a couple Sentinelese dragging his body across the beach. To this day, India has no plans to try and send in a recovery team. The Indian government still sends the occasional boat to Sentinel Island, however, they keep their distance. They do a well check and to make sure the Sentinelese have not changed their mind about making contact. Although it seems to be a violent history, the Sentinelese have always sent one clear message to the world: leave us alone, we're doing just fine. Any questions, comments, concerns? No?
That was really good too.
There's my works cited. And thank you for listening.